that was some kind of a week. I know when we all went to bed on Thursday or Friday, we all hoped that we'd win all 4 next generations. We'd win everything in Kentucky, and everybody, the industry would be abuzz of how the stable was doing. But as I put in my email to you in the start of all these videos, when you have to race against people with the names Burke, Brown, Nifty Norman, right? Brett Pelling, Nancy, Jimmy Tactor, all these very, very intelligent people, most of which I just mentioned are in the Hall of Fame or will be, but they're still going. And we got to race against these people all over the place, and it doesn't make things easy, right? You're racing in Ohio. We can't hide from them. Ron Burke, Brian Brown, Virgil Morgan. There's 3 that come to mind in Ohio. World-class trainers for decades. Pennsylvania's full. New York, Kentucky. You can't hide from anyone. And I want everybody to remember that as we go through the summer, and as we go through the summer and head into the heart of the beast, as they say. We're trying to race our best horses against the best horses in the world, trained by the best people, driven by the best drivers. So it's a tall order. But we're also having some very, very good luck right now. Major hurdle today. We won with Memento Mori. We knew there was going to be a breakthrough race at some point. Didn't take long. Didn't happen last time, but it happened this time. He absolutely jogged in 56. And then we had Arison, just looked so tremendous. So tremendous again. Scotty drove him perfect. And of course, Aunt Lily, yesterday, just looked so, so good. We have stakes coming up again this week. Sire stakes start this week. A lot of people asking who's going where. Now, I'm not going to run through everything. I'm going to give you a short opening. I don't want to go on and on and on about the week we had, because I did it every day, and I'll continue to do it. We're not here trying to pat ourselves on the back, but I am trying to be as fair and informative as I can. And that comes with a grain of salt. A lot of horses weren't great over the last month. We've had some mistakes. We have some failures. Some horses we thought were great that just turned out to be good. Some horses we thought were okay that just turned out to be not. That's racing, right? That's what we love about it. Try to hang on to those highs as long as you can and forget the lows as quick as you can. And that's really what we have to do when we move forward together throughout the summer. I'm looking at the roster from last week. Yo, mister. A lot of people saying, hey, should we move this horse? Should we do this? You just assume that you're going to turn the horse on, he's going to come forward. It doesn't work that way, right? Looks Like Money also. Should we move him somewhere? No. Looks Like Money's telling us he's not as good right now. He's a little flat. And I always try to tell people, and I have to tell myself sometimes, when the horses are talking, you may want to be listening. And Looks Like Money is sound as a dollar. Whether it's allergies or whether something's lurking under the surface, he's just not as good right now. It's an easy fix. Leave him the hell alone. Turn him out for 3 weeks or so. Bring him back as those allergies start to dissipate. We give him 3.5, 4 weeks out. You're 3.5, 4 weeks back. You're talking 2 months. Now you're talking exactly where we want to be. Middle of September. That's where we want to be. Even the end of September. It Looks Like Money. I want to race this guy all winter long. We want to see the Looks Like Money from last year show up. Though that injury, that small injury that he had left hind, those take a long time to set up. It looks like his is well on his way. And we are doing the right thing by this horse by turning him out for 3.5, 4 weeks. And you're going to find probably down the road that this little discussion we're having right now, hopefully you'll see what I'm talking about when Looks Like Money comes back. And I hope you make your way back to look at this portion of this week's videos and remind yourself of what I just told you. This, I truly believe that this little rest for Looks Like Money will pay dividends in big, big ways down the road. Yo, mister, and developed a little quarter crack left front. We knew he was a little flat also lately. But again, these quarter cracks don't just happen over. When you see them occur, as horse people, we say, oh, I blew a quarter crack. But how long does it take that quarter crack to pop out? That pus pocket, right? How long does it take for them to form? Every horse is different. And none of them just plow right through it. We saw Greatest Ending blow a bad one out 6 weeks ago, 5 weeks ago. Couldn't function for 3 weeks. Couldn't make a face like a racehorse. Come back. Now he looks good, hopefully. Fingers crossed, knock on wood. We can get him racing like that every single week. We moved some horses around. It worked well for Great Bet. Somebody says, well, why was he just no good in Ontario? Because he was racing against better horses, and he wasn't being raced the way he should. Play to your strengths, right? Leave, sit, beat up on horses if you can. Well, he can beat up on the ones he's racing against in Northfield right now, but it wasn't so easy in Ontario. It's not magic, right? It's not rocket science. If they can't win, race them somewhere cheaper, they likely will, or they shouldn't be here. And that's exactly what happened with Great Bet. Looked great. Sweeney, again, I told you guys, just give this horse a chance. He will come forward in Southern Ohio, and he has. Needed a start to work things out. He bled a little bit 2 weeks ago. Put him on Lasix. First start on Lasix. First time in a claimer. Two very big angles if you're gamblers out there. Yet he somehow eluded everybody and ended up paying, what, $11, $12, $13, $14, something like that. He raced good. Again, Country Dancing. Thought we had the best horse in the world when she got close to the races. Tim loved her. I loved her. You guys loved her. Everybody loved her. Qualifier. 2 minutes last half, 56. Get a little vet work done. Get her ready to go. School her in 58. You know what? I'm going to put her in the Stallion Series because I know sometimes these sire stakes can get a little rowdy their first time or two out. You got to let things kind of settle out. Took a little heat over that. I wasn't too far off though, was I? Poppy Grad, or whatever her name is, runs off 51. Another one wins at 53. Another one, Burke's horse, the one that beat Gorgeous Package nonetheless in the qualifier, 54. All good horses. It is worth noting though, Country Dancing shows a charted line of 2 minutes, a training mile in 57 and 4, and then just paced 54 and 3. So it'd be unrealistic to think that she isn't going to improve and improve and improve. But she can do that under the radar. She can do that under the guise of the Stallion Series for now. And it's not going to be a cakewalk in there either. Don't think we're just going to drop our horses that didn't do as well in the sire stakes into the Buckeye, and everybody's just going to say, well, why don't we just pay them? We'll give them the winning purse money. Just ask them not to race against our horses. It's not going to work that way. You're still going to have to fight for every inch. Irresistible Sun, Gypsy Hill have come around. The work that Jason and Lauren have put into these two trotters is obvious on the track. They looked amazing this week and felt great. You know how frustrating it is when your horses just aren't quite good enough? The opposite is when they are very good enough. When you have the best horses in the race and they go out and act like they're the best horses in the race, it is a tremendous feeling. And that's how it felt with Gypsy and with Irresistible Sun. Sure, you can get beat up to the quarter pole a little bit. He's just a little bit better than they are, right? It's a great feeling. Drabin made a little break this week coming off the car. I know Jody said he was rough and a whole bunch of things that were wrong, but at the end of the day, I think the fight at the gate probably led to that break. And hopefully if there's any issues to work on, they can work on them. We'll get him right back in this week if we can. Now, I'll be frank with everybody, the way that Ready for Landing raced this week, the way that Drebin's been racing, there is that BL ABC division. Now, they certainly can't do in the A, and they probably can't do in the B, but maybe they can in the C. And I think that if they continue on the trajectory they had, Ready for Landing this week, Drebin last week, the week before last, and the week before that, I think we could be sitting on a couple of sleepers, a couple of nice horses as we head into the latter part of the summer. Easy. We're just starting the summer. I'm talking ahead. So I was really happy with the way the middle of the week started. Friday, frustrated a little bit. Everything's never perfect. Had to scratch the Priest because he was sick. Our Indiana bred. I still got to figure out what we're going to do with that guy right now. And then had to scratch Rosetta during the races. She was just out of sorts. Found out why. Make no mistake, if we had raced Rosetta with that 600 and some AST and that high liver, that AST easily could have become 3,000 instead of 600. That GGT, who knows, could have jumped higher. They're within manageable numbers because I truly believe, because of the smart work of Tim, just to say, hey, what do you think? And I knew what he meant. He meant, hey, do you want to scratch the filly? It wasn't that long ago that wouldn't have been on the menu. It certainly was the other night. Of course. I don't think that she's going to be a useful horse tonight. Whatever the hell is bothering her, it's not going to be fixed between the warm-up and the race. Go ahead and scratch her, and I'm glad we did. No, she's not going to New Jersey, but maybe she was never meant to right now. Still got a very, very good filly on her hands. Green Glitter did not warm up good, but didn't have enough information to scratch her. Really, one of those rare times when prayer came into play. I don't have enough to scratch you. I'm not confident you're going to trot. Please pay attention. And she did, and I truly believe she drew on her training. Maybe you're not having a great day. We found out quickly what it was. Her feet are bothering her a little bit. GGT was minorly, I think it was her, just minorly elevated to the point where we could treat it. Just a whole lot of little things going on, but she drew on her experience and dug down. And when the gate folded and I got her in a place just to relax, she threw a half in 57 and 1 1/4 and 28 seconds with them and was closing hard at the wire. I like what I saw from Green Glitter. She's a likable horse. Man, she gave me an awful scare in the warm-up, but it was a treat to drive her in the race. She was very good. Freedom Hill, I just didn't have her prepared well enough. That's my fault. And it was my fault, not Jason's. Jason was going to train her up hard and said, hey, this is a pop-up second leg. She already won the first leg. She got a sire stake coming up. Why are we going to... No, just go easy. I just arrogantly thought that she was going to plow through them. She got beat by a good-looking filly, an Ohio bred, who I suspect she'll see next week also in the sire stakes. Texan Soprano continued to race good this week. Thoroughly happy and pleased. Megan's doing such a good job, and I'm excited to see how we get Save America going over the next little while. Some stuff to work on with him, and hopefully it pays off on the track starting on Monday. And then Saturday comes. 2 big days of the entire summer. The start of our summer. The Next Generation, Saturday night. And Oak Grove on Sunday. Now, Oak Grove, we've already had 1 elimination in, so we already know roughly what's going on there. We had a lot of questions. How's Westland Warrior going to do? How are the Trotting Fillies going to do? 2 colts are in together. What's going to happen there? It was all answered today. But yesterday first. Blue Ventura, nice colt. Got to change his shoes up front. And he's a Stallion Series horse. There's nothing wrong with that. It's going to be a nice one. We had a Heston Blue Chip colt a couple of years ago. It was a really nice colt. Very, very similar to this colt. Not quite as big as this colt, but very, very similar. Ready for landing, raced great. Easily the best race of his life. When you look at the entire body of work, what he did, how he did it, easily the best race of his life. Patrick DePrana, was he awesome? No, but he was good. He was good again. Dominion has been absolutely disgustingly horrible. He was so bad we couldn't sell him. That's how bad he was. I know that Harry had asked Jason to race him hard, and I said, Jason, try not to break rule number 1. Keep the horse trotting and move forward. He did. He was a winner. He looked good. Good job by Harry. Good job by Jason, and Bobby in the barn, and Nelly also. Everybody in the barn. It was a collaborative effort. This horse raced good. Gorgeous Package. The Rose Run AJ both showed a little blood. The Next Generation. I did. Talked to Jason. Jason and I sat down for a minute. Thought about everything. Talked about everything. I had a great conversation with Joey, too. He asked about, before any of the horses were scoped, asked about my thoughts about horses on Lasix, 2-year-olds on Lasix. I said I was like everybody else and was indifferent at best, a little leery. It was a little taboo-ish. But then I thought back to the best 2-year-old we might have ever had, ever. And how not putting him on Lasix probably cost us a shot at the Breeders' Crown at 2 in 3-point Blue Chip. And then when we did put him on Lasix, thanks to the counseling of the veterinarian at the paddock in New Jersey at the Meadowlands, he just went right out and won the matron his next start. Now, the rest of his life didn't go the way we wanted it so far. Certainly not for Tom and Blue Chip. Not for us. Still a good horse. And I truly believe he would have been a contender in the Breeders' Crown that year had he not. Had we had him on Lasix going in. But it's water under the bridge. So my take was simple. Draw on your experience. Gorgeous Package, bled a little bit. Rose Run AJ did also. Not enough mucus to show for all the blood. We did have, this is a reoccurring thing that happened one other time with Gorgeous Package. Let's help them out. We're going to help them out twofold. 1, put them on Lasix. 2, race them in the Stallion Series with Buckeye, the next start. Get them some confidence. Get it back. And again, no walkovers, no cakewalks. Nobody's giving you any money. Got to go out and earn it. Let's help them out, and I think we will. Aunt Lily looked amazing. She looked exactly as advertised the last 2 months. told you this filly was a monster. And she looked very good. She's not the only one. Freedom Hill is nipping at her heels. She's no joke either. That mile from Freedom Hill the other day was not fair to Freedom Hill. I asked her to do something she wasn't prepared to do. But she will be prepared to do it next time. I guarantee you, Jason will have her ready to rock next Sunday night. Purple People Eater race great this week. Cadeau did all the work he could. Finished 5th. He's going to get better and better and better. And then we went into Kentucky today, hopeful, much like we did last night. Anytime you're racing against the top of the class, you have to have hope. You have to have luck. You have to have execution. And we had the right man on the bike today. Scotty did a tremendous job with the horses. Remembering Imagination was Todd McCarthy. Now, we can fix. I talked about in depth in a Kentucky video today. We can fix Pickpocket. There is nothing I saw today that I can't describe, I can't quantify, I can't explain, and that we can't fix. Nothing happened today that we can't fix. Duly noted for next time also. Memory and Imagination raced good again. Was in a good spot. Just maybe Todd doesn't know him as good as maybe Scotty does. I think if Scotty's on him, he wins, and that is to take nothing away from Todd McCarthy. That is me simply saying if he had been a little rougher with him and trusted his gait a little bit more, I think he's a winner. But I think he did not want to break rule number 1. Can't blame him for that. The guy's a professional. Either one of those gentlemen drive this horse in the final. I think he's a major contender if he draws anywhere realistically. Drew 8 today, beat 3/4 of a length. Gymboree made an unfortunate break today. Did show a little bit of blood. We can work on that. Break today could have been maybe when Scotty dropped back into the 2-hole, got down into that deeper stuff that they talk about in Kentucky. Maybe she just rolled off. I'm guessing. I don't know. I'll have to talk to him about that. But she looked like she was going to trot in 56 in a piece today, which is a huge step forward for her. Westland Warrior needs to do more work. We're going to work on him to get that done for next week. Memento Mori doesn't. There's nobody laying down for anybody else. It's going to be a horse race next week, but I can assure you, when the program comes out, everybody's going to be wondering where Memento Mori drew, right? And the colt that made a break today, is he going to stay at it? The good colt that beat him last week? Mori looked good today. Arson looked amazing. My God, he just always finds a way to get it done. You have to have respect for any athlete, especially in our sport. A horse that just finds a way to be a nose ahead and not a nose behind. Now, it took a great drive from Scotty, but just such a nice horse. He raced so good today. Just so proud of the way he raced. Concerned about Grand Slam Dio, but we're getting a vet workup on her now. Nothing major happened, although it certainly looked like it was. We just have to get to the bottom of what it was. I have a sneaking suspicion I know exactly what it was. And it may keep her out of the final. If she was even able to race in the final, I don't know. Long summer yet. First, make sure she's okay. Secondly, make a plan to get her back in action. And then to close out the week, we'd stay close. The half-mile track is not his forte. He doesn't feel as strong as he does at the Meadows. I'd like to get him back there soon. Just have kind of a backlog, right? Still got Minnesota on my mind. Maybe if we could get Kings County out to Minnesota, stay close back to the Meadows, that might free something up. Got to find a trotter that can get around a half for Northfield Park. A pacer would be nice also, and I know Save America could maybe take that role on. Maybe when he comes back from PEI. I don't know. He could go to Mohawk. He could go to a million place. He's a nice horse. It's possible. We have options. And that's what I said to somebody the other day. When you buy good horses, you always have options. And that's where we're at with him. I would like to acquire, and I am actively looking to acquire another horse like him, similarly priced, similar talent as Save America, and hopefully we can find one of those. Speaking of him, he's racing tomorrow, so good luck to him. Yo Mister got a window bar shoe put on, so that should help him for tomorrow. If he's not 100%, it's because we made a shoeing change. We went from a set of flip-flops to window bars, or at least one window bar. I have no idea what he's going to be like tomorrow. Great Bet races tomorrow too. I'm not driving Great Bet. I'm going to be watching my boy play baseball Monday and Tuesday, and as it looks now, we have some horses to train on Wednesday. I think I'm going to have to leave right after his baseball game on Tuesday and come back to Northfield Park. We have some horses to train up on Wednesday morning. We have some horses to race on Wednesday night. I was not going over to It doesn't matter now. The Meadows is probably done. Like, now that I know I'm going to be there, maybe I will go drive that horse. You know what? Hunter got along with him good. I want to stay in the barn here and make sure we have everything squared away with Jason for the week. You know, Jason, he does such a great job, but he can only take on so much, and we still have 45 or 50 horses in the barn, and I want to make sure that number 50 is still moving in the right direction as number 1. So it's always nice to help. It's always nice to be there, working with them, and looking forward to a big summer out of the Ohio barn, but out of all our barns. So we Save America, Yo Mister, great bet on Monday. Watch Your Mouth, all gas, no brakes. Tuesday night, I'm not just going to be watching Ollie quietly. I'm going to be watching my phone. Chicago Hall is racing too. A lot going on. We have horses that are doing well in Pennsylvania. I know I'm looking forward to Arrowhead, Hanover, Manhattan Money this coming weekend. I think Arrowhead's going in the Sire Stake, Manhattan Money in the Stallion. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm excited about both of them. We have Country Dancing coming up. So Pennsylvania, we have our foot squarely in the door jam of Pennsylvania for the summer. Kentucky obviously looks bright. Ohio looks bright. We have good horses in Ontario. Don't forget about the ones coming. Gaslight Hall and Princess Dream will be here by the end of July. By here, I mean at the track. Racing. Rolling. And don't forget about our boy, Captain America. He's not sleeping. He's working. He's doing good. I know Harry's quietly lobbying to have a little more time. And I'm, as I said in the video the other day, I'm more apt just to give him the time. Right? Just 3 horsemen now have told me this horse could be a killer. Scott McEnany, Ron Burke, and Harry Polt. 3 guys that have been there, done that, seen everything, and they all believe in what Captain America could be. So I'm more, as I said, more apt to just let this play out at his pace. So with that, a great week. We didn't win 4, but we won 1. Next Generation. We won a Sire Stake. No, we won 2 Sire Stakes in Kentucky. And everything else is starting right now, right? Pennsylvania starts this week. Ontario starts this week. Going to be a lot of fun here at the stable. So with that, I'm going to let you go. I hope you guys had a wonderful week. Hope you have a great week ahead. Good luck to everybody. I will talk to you all very soon.